Hi everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Pat Flanders with Lacework. I'm here with Dan Hubbard, Chief Product Officer with Lacework, and we're here at the Rotator Tap Room in Walnut Creek, California. Hi Dan.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's have a sip. What are you drinking?
The Killa Whale Porter.
Killa Whale.
Yes.
That looks good. That's a nice dark porter. I'm drinking the SK8 Pilsner. I guess it's a traditional
Skate.
German. Skate. Oh, it's Skate.
Skate.
I need my glasses. I can't see that. So this is a German Pils. We're both having a couple drinks here on a beautiful day, and we decided to get together because we want to talk about security platforms for modern environments. So, Dan, I've got a couple questions for you. First question is, there's a lot of talk about platforms these days, and what do people think of platforms? Why do organizations need platforms? And more specifically, why does the Lacework platform matter?
Yeah, so a lot of people talk about platforms or security platforms, and it's a pretty big marketing term that people use. The reality is most people don't really want or ask for a platform. They're buying some type of pane. In our market, the pains in cloud security are typically configuration, mistakes, compliance, host-based intrusion prevention, or container security. But really, although you may be buying one of those pain points, this is a market unlike others where we've got a great opportunity to kind of reset, so you don't have to buy 50 of them, or 12 of them, or 3 of them. You can actually buy one that does a number of different things due to the operating model. Where Lacework's value really is unifying all these things together in one platform. Now, what the customer value there isn't just these individual pain points and solving of those pain points, but also a unified UI, a unified set of APIs, a unified efficacy engine across all of them, and we have the ability to support Google's cloud, AWS, and Amazon's cloud, and Microsoft or Azure's cloud, along with your container security, all in one location. So it's all those things in one.
Got it. So whereas a lot of organizations are looking at multiple products that cover different parts of the IT continuum, from development through to runtime, we're talking about Lacework being a very comprehensive sort of solution.
Yeah, really, it's all about how do we support your security needs when you're pushing code to the cloud, all the way from early in the development process, all the way through to runtime. So kind of soup to nuts security across all of those. And really, I think the future is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be about multiple products that potentially don't integrate, or companies that buy 10 different vendors and don't put them together, or different UIs and disparate systems. It's really about a platform, maybe 1 or 2 security platforms from a service or a solution like ours, and then interoperating with the cloud service provider's solution, and maybe some open source. So it's going to be a little bit different than what we've seen in the past in other markets.
That's interesting. So talk to me about the foundations of what Lacework is and how we're actually putting this together and supplying this as a solution for customers.
So Lacework is deployed 100% in the cloud, so we're a cloud native service. We deploy just like our customers do. And so we're running a full CI/CD pipeline. We're pushing code all the time. We have release trains that happen very, very frequently. And the platform itself is really built on a couple different tenets. One is we want all your data from all of these different systems in one location. And that's really critical if you're doing analytics, or if you're doing automation, and if you are doing efficacy across all of those. So one place where all your data lives, that's kind of the first thing. The second is that the power of all of that data, the end result is really an engine which allows you to automate your security. And we just don't have enough people, and there's just no ability for people to write all the rules that are maintained and run and created. So really, you just configure our system. There's no hardware, no software to deploy, and then it just starts working. It's all automated. It's all based off of us learning your environment and then running from there.
Okay, so for those types of organizations that are trying to put humans at this task, they're going to fail every time. They can't possibly cover every potential threat. They can't keep up with the sheer volume of what's happening in these environments. Isn't that right?
Yeah, well, it's really hard to keep, a lot of people say it's really hard to keep up with the bad guys. The bad guys are really progressive and hard and intelligent, and that is difficult, but really what's more difficult is to keep up with the good guys. So AWS, Azure, with GCP, and of course Google are moving very, very fast and pushing literally hundreds of new services every year. I myself, I'm deep in this industry. I have a problem keeping up with all these acronyms that get created. So every new service has a new attack surface. And a lot of those attack surfaces are unknown until it gets deployed and the attackers start utilizing it. So what are the vulnerabilities for some of these new services? What are the exploits that are available? So because of that, how do you write a rule when you don't know about the attack surface? So typically what happens is customers can't maintain these rules, or they write them very narrow, which means that you'll miss stuff, or they write them very wide, which means that they catch all kinds of stuff, but they have a very high false positive ratio. So writing rules, maintaining those rules is very difficult. Now there is a place for some rules. There are some special things that you may want to write that are unique to your environment, or known threats that you want to protect against, known IOCs, but really you have to have something that's automated in order to scale.
Okay, great. Now, there's a lot happening within the Lacework platform where Lacework is learning the environment, they're learning behaviors. What's that special sauce that enables Lacework to be able to do that?
Yeah, so obviously when you're doing security detection and prevention, it's really about how do we take all of this data and make sure that we get you the alerts that are the most important with the right amount of context so you can fix them or react to them or triage them. So there's really three ways you can think about how we are creating alerts, or our customers are creating alerts. The first one is intelligence. So we create our own intelligence through our research team. We have third parties and partners that deliver intelligence to us. Things like IP addresses, bad domains, bad hashes, heuristics, bad known behaviors. The second one is rules. These are rules that we create that are under things that we know are things that shouldn't be happening, that are similar across the entire population of all of our customers. And then our customers can also write rules. Now, they want to write hundreds of them or thousands of them. There's probably just a small number they want to write. And the last one is the ability to find and detect things that are risks and threats that are unknown, that are unique to your environment. And for that, we have a really powerful engine called the polygraph, which allows us to detect these things that are unknown and alert them to you.
Interesting. Okay. Now, let's back up, because you talked a lot about how, organizations are running in AWS or Azure or GCP. We've got containers. There are a lot of different things going on. I'd love to get your take on where the market is going in terms of like multi-cloud environments and what this looks like from a standpoint of the complexity of these modern environments.
Yeah. So I think just to clarify a couple terms that always get mixed up by people. One is multi-cloud, the other one's hybrid. So the first one is hybrid. Hybrid really means that you have a minimum of one cloud, so typically Amazon, Google, or Azure, and you have your own private data center, or your co-load, essentially with somebody else like Rackspace. So that is very, very common, and most large organizations are operating in that model. The other model is multi-cloud. Multi-cloud is you have more than one clouds, and that is a huge trend. The bigger the company, the more we're seeing that being common, where you have N+1 clouds. And the reason for that is not necessarily that they have, a magical portable workload system where, they can run some workloads for the same app in different clouds, but different BUs. One BU may have a research project which is great for AWS EC2. The other one may have something that's great for BigQuery in GCP. The other one may have a bunch of Windows workloads they want to deploy inside of Azure. So it really depends on the flexibility of the customer. Multi-cloud is definitely, and hybrid cloud is here to stay.
Interesting. Okay. So my sense at this point is that Lacework's providing a lot, and modern organizations that are running these complex environments, this is an appropriate type of solution that actually takes care of a lot of the typically manually done things. And the best way for any organization to understand what it's like is to try Lacework out. So we offer a free trial of Lacework. And we'll put the URL on the screen so that you can get in there, you can sign up, and you can actually get into the product itself for 30 days. So we encourage you to do that. Dan and I are going to be doing some more of these meetings because we like talking about cloud security, container security, and we like beer. So it's a perfect match for us. So thank you for joining us. Kill a whale, skate Pilsner, salute.
Cheers.